the thing that caught my eye about Ethos was when we were here, just the things that people were saying from the pulpit. Like you're obviously listening to those, you're hearing the vision, you're hearing the values. But then we got a chance to like sit down with Pastor Vinny, Pastor Jordan, and other people and hear, like it just wasn't words, but this is how they were living. So there's just such a genuineness at Ethos about getting people closer to Jesus. And you'll even hear Jordan say this from the stage, like praying for other churches and like, hey, if Ethos isn't a fit for you, like we just want you plugged in and being closer to Jesus. So that just getting the church out of the way, but bringing people closer in their relationship to Jesus was really big for me. The other thing I'll say really quick is, Vinny said this in like the new members class, was trusting unsuspiciously. And like that was just something, you know, we've been in church our entire life, worked for churches and all of those things. And that just was a phrase that has just caught us off guard and just really shifted my perspective on church and people.
What I think is really beautiful is even with us being a part of church our whole life and even being on staff and ministry before, there's something about the value of the word and the relationship with Jesus here that like is stretching us and challenging us. And so why wouldn't you want to put your roots in a place that's like, after you've walked with the Lord for so many years, is still challenging you to dig into his word, to do community with people, to let your life kind of overflow and be an expression of Jesus. It's just, I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about who I'm becoming as a follower of Jesus here at Ethos. And you know, I remember kind of being skeptical and being like, they're not gonna be able to keep this up. They're not gonna be able to be this friendly, to be this real. But it truly is who it is, who they are, but it's because everybody's leaning into this relationship with Jesus. And the more time that you spend with him, then you become like him, and it's just natural. Do you know what I mean? It's not a show. It's an expression of what you're doing in your off time that's spilling over to your entire life. So I also love the way that, like, you know, Ethos kids, they love our kids, they love our family. You know, there's just such excitement from walking in, like every step in the building. Everybody's so excited to be there. And it just really made an impression on us, and we wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, so for impacting me, again, like I said, it's been refreshing. It's allowed me to kind of jump back in and just want to go deeper with what the Lord has for me. So that it's been a stretching, so it's impacted me just to walk stronger, deeper with people, and I really enjoy that. It got me excited about children's ministry again and wanting to help. So I'm helping in kids ministry, I'm helping in youth, so those have been great. And it's just cool to see this, you know, for me at every level as being a dad, how it's impacting my kids. They're growing their relationships, their faith, you know, in the elementary side with my older son and youth. It's just awesome to see those type of things. But then on the flip side, being one of the servant leaders in that, it's just cool to see, like, okay, as a dad, this is amazing. As a servant leader, helping other kids learn about faith in Jesus and the Lord, it's been great. So it's been a huge, Ethos has been a huge impact in our lives, our families' lives, really challenged and pushed us, which is what you want from a community. If you're thinking about Ethos, wherever you are in the spectrum, whether you're new to church, whether you're a new believer, this is the first time you're here, or you've been at other churches, and people hurt people, whether they're in church or not. Like, this is a place in my, like, from what my experience is, that healing's going to come, and that you're going to learn who the true Jesus is and what a real relationship with Jesus looks like and how that can impact your life and those around you. So I say jump into the deep end, plant your roots, get involved. What would you say?
You know, if you're here and you're on the fence and you're thinking about making Ethos your home, I would just say, you know, one of the first values that we learned in Ethos 101 was trust unsuspiciously. And kind of like Justin said, please recognize that nobody's perfect. You're not perfect. You know, I'm not perfect. Pastor Jordan, Pastor Vinny's not perfect. So people might make mistakes, but the heart behind it is what actually matters. And the heart behind everything that's done at Ethos is Jesus. That's reason enough to give it a try, to sit and, you know, participate, get connected into a community group, start serving, and just get a part of the culture. You know, don't worry, don't be kind of skeptical and waiting for someone to to mess up, but instead jump in and just be a part of the vision and be a part of what they're doing for Jesus. And you'd be so surprised at what Jesus does through you, just with your obedience and just with your willingness, how he'll touch those tender places in your heart, how he'll meet your needs, how he'll give you a family that you didn't even know that you needed or wanted. I promise you, if you get plugged in and you get planted here, Jesus will meet you here.